All right, man. Now let's get started, cause man, nah. Okay, man. So, what up, world? Welcome to another episode of R.M.T. That's Real Men Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man. I got my boy EIG in the building.
What up? What up?
Oh yeah, and we come to y'all. You already know with another conversation piece today. You know that conversation around the barbecue grill. You know that conversation at the barbershop. You know that conversation that's not
Yes,
for
sir.
everybody, but it can reach everybody. You know, and so on
Mhm.
today, man. You know we got a nice little conversation piece. But before we get started, man, I want to just give a couple of shout outs, man. You know, a couple of places y'all can reach us at, man. You know, I'm gonna
Come
let
on.
y'all know you can reach us on Anchor, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Just type in Real Men Talk Podcast. That's on Anchor, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, man. So before I go any further and I get into this, and EI, you got any shout outs on today?
Man, shout out today go to all the healthcare workers, man.
Oh yeah.
Anybody got to be working in hospitals, clinics, dealing
Mm-hmm.
with people that's because this is that time where people starting to get sick, man,
Oh
and it
yeah.
can be rough having to work around that all day. And I don't
Oh
think
yeah.
they get enough love enough.
They don't.
So
They don't.
shout out to all those, man, all
Big
those in the
shout out
medical
to them.
field, man. Hey,
Big shout out.
RMT
Yeah.
sending love that way. Y'all
Yes,
keep doing
sir.
what you're doing,
Oh
even with
yeah.
people coming in with messed up attitudes, man. Y'all shout
Ooh.
out, shout out to them, man, for putting up with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me cut him off before he get to preaching in here, man. Hold on, Reverend. Hold on, Reverend. But yeah, man. Big shout out to them, all the healthcare workers out there, man. We love y'all, man. Shout out to y'all from R.M.T. family, you know.
No doubt, no doubt.
Man, but on today, man, let's go and get into it. Let's
Let's
go and
do it.
get into it, man.
I'm
Everybody
ready.
heard this before, but we gonna dig a little deeper. And that's everything works for the good. Everything works
Everything,
for the good. Everything works for the
everything.
everything, everything works for the good. And so I'm gonna go here, man, and go ahead and get it started. Was that we look at that statement, say everything works for the good, you know. And so we sit back and be like, even the bad stuff, yeah, even the bad stuff, even the trials and the tribulations, you know, even the health, when your health is bad, when you're sick, when you get cancer, when a family member passes, when you lose a job, all those things are working out for your good. That divorce that you had, you know, that person that broke your heart, that car accident that you was in, you know, all those things are working out for the good. And
Mm,
sometimes when we in that situation, we feeling those emotions, we're going through those things, we cannot accept the fact that something good can come out of what just happened, you know.
sir, yes, sir.
And
That-
when you have, oh, go ahead, EI, you
no, I
finna,
was just saying that's the truth. That's all. That's all
yeah,
I was
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
That's the truth.
But when you going through those things, even if it's not you directly, if you're going through it with a family member or you're going through it with your spouse or somebody that's close to you that you really love and you care about, you feel that thing too. You feel their concern, you feel their hurt, you feel their pain. And at that time, when y'all going through it, it's hard to say it's something good that's gonna come out of there.
Right.
It's easy to say it. Yeah, when you up, you be like, yeah, man, I'm going through, but I'm gonna keep on smiling. Going through
Hmm.
this, it's easy to say it because your health is good, everything is going right. So it's
Right.
very easy to say it then. But then once those problems start to come, once those issues start to happen, you be like, how is that thing working out for the good for me? You know,
Right.
Lord, why you do this to me? Lord, why I get cancer? Lord,
Hmm.
Lord, you know that this is my last time at my job. They trying to get rid of me, and you let me have a wreck, and now I'm fired. So I lost my car and I lost my job. You know, why all this happening to me? So, man, before I started going to different avenues. Yeah, I want to bring you in, man, and just want to get your opinion on, everything works for the good, man.
Man, that's crazy. We definitely hear it in church. Of course, me, hey, I grew up church,
Yes,
so
sir.
I definitely heard it a lot, man, but it's definitely hard to embrace that understanding of how can something bad be for my good. It
Yep.
sounds good, like, fairy tale talk. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, man, the Bible says everything works together for the good, but you don't figure out how losing a loved one worked out for any kind of good.
Mm.
When we deal with certain tragedies or things that we see as messed up or real bad in life, we don't know
Mm-hmm.
how that worked together for the good. But man, to me, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like these things here that we deal with, man, in life,
Uh-huh.
all the issues that we deal with, man, they're really these material things, right? There's job issues or,
Yep.
just surface things, even with, your health is a physical thing.
Yep.
But I think that, man, it's always good for those trials, man, and that pressure because it forces you to go somewhere else for relief, right? It
Right.
forces you,
Right. There you
it,
go.
it pushes you to something that you can't reach to that's 3D.
Yep.
So when I'm going through a rough marriage or I'm going through losing a loved one,
Mm-hmm.
my favorite TV show can't console me, but
Mm.
that hurt can push me to search deeper within myself because we
Right.
can do that ourselves. A lot of us feel that we need other people, and it's good to have other people to
Oh yeah.
encourage and lift us up.
Oh yeah.
But we
Oh yeah.
ultimately got to make that choice and accept whatever's going on. So, man, to me, it's kind of like we were put here to experience life, right? We
Yep.
can experience the good and the bad, and
Yep.
no matter what's going on in life, what can never be breaking is that eternal part of us, man. You know what I mean? And not to
Yep.
sound, deep and spiritual and way space talk or nothing like that,
Right.
but just saying we honestly have to know that there's more to life than these things we find pleasure in and we and
Mm-hmm.
we and we hold so dear to us. And when
Yep.
we can get a hold of that, man, when we can make it through the bad time, you can see things a little clearer. Excuse me, a little clearer.
Right.
We can
Right.
appreciate. You can
Mm-hmm.
appreciate smaller things after almost losing your life.
Yep.
You can
Yep.
appreciate a spouse when saying, hey, you messed up, and now you can really appreciate that person on another level.
Right.
Or
Yep.
you know a lot of things, jobs that we were in that, hey, maybe I was slacking and didn't know I needed to step up some things in my life in my job field.
Right.
And
Right. Yep.
losing that job helped me go to myself, really look at myself. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
overall, man, it just make us look in the mirror. And every
Oh
time
yeah.
you look in the mirror, it's a win-win because
Mm-hmm.
hey, it start right there. So bad times push us to deeper understanding, man. Struggles push
Yep.
us to search for something on a whole nother level, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everything that you saying, man, I agree with you. And this one thing that I want to kind of add to it is that, you know, when you plant a seed in the ground, and you plant that seed in the ground, if it's just in a dry land, it might not never grow.
Hmm.
Just depending on what type of seed that you put in the ground. But
Right.
all seeds need water, even cactus. And so when that storm come along, might be a lot of water, it might be lightning and all that. Might even be a flood in certain areas. But the
Hmm.
good thing about the storm, it waters that plant. And when it waters that plant, everybody be like, well, it's damage happened to the house. It's damage happened, its trees fell, but the vegetation it started to come up. Everything started to blossom, it started to grow. Then the sun comes out and it really starts to perform and get larger and be more beautiful. But
Hmm.
and that's the thing about us. When we go through the storm, go through the rain, and we go through that pain, we don't realize the growth that is going on inside of us.
Yeah.
God taking those situations to mold us. He's like, let me put a little lightning here. Let me put a little thunder there. Let me put a little
Right.
rain in this area in order to cultivate you into a situation that's gonna make a
Hmm.
better you. And so he can't walk you into a better job if the job you was at you weren't grateful for and you weren't doing what you need to do. So he might need to take you away from that job in a certain type of way. So when he move you in his next position, when he move you into being a supervisor, he move you into being a manager, or if he even move you into starting your own business, you'll be able to appreciate the opportunity that you have in front of you now, when the opportunity that you had before, you didn't take full advantage of it.
Yep.
So we can start to appreciate those reigns. We can start to appreciate those problems, even though it's hard. It's always within the why. It's always within the why. And once you ask God why, and he's starting to reveal you the things that you need, he started to give you that situation that, you know what, I thought I couldn't do that. I thought I couldn't live without my parents.
Yep.
I thought I could. But the thing about it is when I did lose my parents, I lost them physically, but every situation that they taught me about still with me.
Right.
Every single thing that they showed me is still with me. And guess what? I can take them seeds they planted in me, and guess what? I can pass them down to my children. Everything they taught me, they can pass it on to my children. So even though they're not physically living, all their ideals, all the things that they put inside of me is moving down to the next generation. So within that hard thing, when everything works out for the good, even though that was bad, it was something good that came out of it. Because not only I'm leaning on God more, all the information that they left to me, I can utilize that and pull from it now. Once I can pull from it, I can feed it to somebody else. I can give them this, I can give them that. So it's always something that's working in the good in the midst of the bad, man.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, yes, sir,
man. And that's crazy, man. You know, we need all of that. You know, it's like if you took a cake, if you took a cake, man, and flour goes into a cake, egg goes into a cake, oil goes into a cake. And if you just isolated one of them and just started eating the flour, you'd be like, yo, that's gross. That's nasty.
Exactly. Yeah.
But this is a thing that's working all together, man. You know, it's a part of it. And that message just goes to say that no matter what we go through, we're okay. We think we're broken because we're dealing with some issues in life.
Oh, yeah.
But the real you is okay. You know, the higher part of yourself, that inner part, your spirit, man, you're okay.
Yeah.
But you don't feel that you're okay because we identify with, you know, these roles that we have to play. We identify with opinions and wanting to be liked, and we identify with just you know, all the roles. And hey, I'm a dad, I'm a husband, and that's great. All of those things are good, but we're okay no matter what we go through. And if we can start right there and just knowing that, okay, I'm okay, we can look at it for what it is. We can look at this bad situation and say, hey, you know, it probably ain't smart for me to go shoot up this place. You know what I mean? It's probably for me good not to smack this man. I know I'm mad right now. And you can see clearer, you know. So appreciating how it all worked together, man. Just don't isolate one thing in your life and make that the narrative of your whole life. Don't make that relationship the story that you got to tell every person you see and every person you meet. And then you carry it into next relationships and you just as bitter. You know, no, take that as what it was. Hey, I didn't like that. That wasn't good, but I'm still chugging along. You know what I mean? So everything worked together, man.
Oh man, let me piggyback off something, man, that you said, man. That part where you said that, you know, even though it happened, you take it with you and you continue to move on. And I think within the bad stuff, we don't want to grab the lesson. We want people to feel bad for us. We want to be the victim instead of looking for the lesson in the bad thing that happened. And not only this, after the bad thing happened and we take the lesson with us, instead of making the lesson be something bitter to somebody else, we can make it better for them. You see what I'm saying? We can make it better for them. So that bitter taste we had in our mouth, we able to add, instead of when we just ate the flour, now we got the rest of the ingredients to make that cake to make it taste better to the next person. Out of all the bad things that we happen, them different ingredients that we done pull together, now we can make that cake and it can taste better instead of that flour that we had,
yes,
or that
sir.
oil that we had, or that vanilla we taste by itself. Hey, it didn't taste good. Them situations, they was not good. They made us upset. We lost things. We was hurt. All those things we can take it now. And when you go into a relationship, now you can make that relationship better because you know what not to do. Man. You know, and you know the things that you did what was wrong, and you know how it made somebody else feel on the other end. Now you know, okay, I don't need to do this. But guess what? Even on the flip end, what you don't know, what you don't do that's wrong. Now you know what you need to do that's right. That's the good part about it.
Yeah,
you know.
you get so many lessons learned, man. I know people, it's cliche, but it's so true, man, that the stuff you go through, think about if you hadn't gone through some things, how naive we'd be. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Maybe if not going through a certain heartbreak, maybe I didn't see myself just, okay, hey, I'm just out here picking any kind of body to trust and just, be happy-go-lucky with. But certain things show me, hey, okay, I need to watch out over there. I don't like that over there. This is that. So just good signs for us, man. Everything is good, man.
Man, that's good right there. Is that the things that we go through and the lessons that we learn help protect us as we go through life. Oh, yeah. And so those lessons where we was at, God knew when we was at that place that we could take it and move on. And so since we could take it and move on, oh man, that was good. And since we could take it and move on, man, we don't have to be bitter no more. We don't have to be in no place of sadness anymore. But we can also use that to elevate ourselves, man. Oh man, that was
good stuff, brother.
That was good right there, man. I like what you did with that, man. I love what you I love what you did with that, man. And so, man, let's go here for a second.
Okay.
And we talking about everything that works for the good, right? And so let me sneak this in here. Where we coming from, man, this a scripture in the Bible is Romans 8:28, and I'm gonna read it real quick. And it says, and we know that all things work together for the good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. And so that's the scripture that we coming from, and we basing this off. But within that, man, it says purpose at the end. It says purpose according to his purpose. All things work according to his purpose. And so just think about this. The things that he have lined up for you to fulfill your purpose, those are things that you went through in order to get there. Right. In order to get there. So all these stumbling blocks and all the things you're going through that you think is so bad, so horrible, got you to a place where you are now. Yep. Where you are now. And if you're not bitter about the things you went through, if you're not trying to be a victim because of the things you went through, if you are trying to grow because of the things you went through, God will continue to work with you to get you to your purpose. Now, right. That's just me. But let me ask you this, man, because you do this so well. I just want to ask you that. I want you to give an example to the people about, is it a time that you thought that, man, I can't believe that this happened to me, this situation happened, but on the other side, not only did I didn't think that it was going to happen on the other side, how good it was going to be on the other side. So do you give the people an example, man, of a time that happened to you?
Well, let me flip through the Rolodex, man, because as always, man,
take your time, Reverend. Take your time.
So many moments, man. I've talked about, with my father passing, you know, in other situations, and there's other, you know, scenarios where that tied back to this same thing. And I hate to kind of go back to that, but I feel like in that same vein, you know, I want to highlight on it, man, because that was such a big thing for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was I really can't explain how huge it was, how shocking it was, everything that I was believing, everything that had to do with God, anything that had to do with, you know, uh, just me believing about, oh, this is God's will, because people were saying that to me as my father passed, you know,
Right. Right.
hey, you know, this just meant this God's will. And when you in that position, it don't taste good. You know what I mean? That don't feel good going down. People mean well, but it don't go down. It don't go down smooth, man. It's like taking that medicine your grandma used to make you take you in. It was just nasty, man, nasty. But
Right.
anyway,
Right. Right.
so so dealing with this, man, I really couldn't make sense of my father's passing. I
Right.
really couldn't make sense of a role model, a mentor, somebody that was
Mm-hmm.
just, man, a good man. Not just saying that from
Right.
dad, but you know, me watching him, you know, watching him
Exactly.
in moments in his home,
Mm-hmm.
watching him raise kids and be a husband, and
Mm-hmm.
you know how he was. That's how he walked, and
Yep.
I felt so, you know, I felt so broken after that, man. It was just heavy. I couldn't see any good in it. And, you
Right.
know, I wrestled with that for the longest. And as with anybody, you know, how can you
Man.
see anything good in that?
Yep.
But, you know, one thing that I was able to do in that moment of just being depressed and down, man, and crying, you know, just to be real
Mm-hmm.
with y'all. Yeah, there were more. I had to hold things together, you know, and
Right.
be away in front of people. But in those
Right.
alone moments, you know, it was heavy, heavy, heavy,
Right.
man. And
Yep.
in that moment, man, that's when I could just hear, you know, even I could hear God just saying to me, you know, well, how selfish is it of you to be pouting about your loss, your relationship is gone, and
Mm-hmm.
not think about just even, okay, hey, for one, what happened to him and what
Yep.
he had to go through. Now,
Yep.
yes, I'm saying it from my view because
Yep.
I'm your son, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That
And
selfishness kick in.
man, and we really don't see in ways how we're being selfish, even when we mean well.
Yeah.
And so
Yep.
this happening opened my eyes, man, for me to now see a lot of the times that, man, my intentions don't
Yeah.
mean that it's okay. Just because
Yeah.
I mean well and I love you,
Yeah.
I had to learn to accept things and accept people how they are, because
Yeah.
accepting my dad's passing was the hardest and biggest thing I ever had to do. You know, I
Yeah.
was a laid back guy. You know, I can go with the flow, and then something this heavy hit me like that, man, and
Mm-hmm.
I had to embrace it, man. It helped me embrace it, and I saw a lot
Yep.
of areas in my life where, man, I wasn't accepting his passing. You know, I wasn't accepting a lot of things in my life that I was frustrated with.
Yep.
And going through that now, man, made me reflect so much on myself as a man. I know it's not good that like, no, I didn't want him to leave.
Right.
But the
Yep.
reflection that I was able to see myself as, man, it was just so clear. I was able to
Mm-hmm.
see some of my nasty ways, man, see some of my unforgiving ways,
Mm-hmm.
my unloving ways that I
Mm.
thought were A1, that I thought, man, I'm being a
Right.
good guy.
Mm-hmm.
But it was going through that suffering, man, that really opened my eyes up, man. And I'd
Mm-hmm.
give anything to have my dad back, but I'm so
Oh yeah.
grateful for the lesson that I've learned in his passing, man,
Mm.
because the lesson is that, son, you're going to have to do this anyway for you, no
Yep.
matter what, no matter who you love, no matter who your dad is, no matter who your
Yep.
spouse is, no matter who these people are in our lives. We've got to make choices for ourselves. We got to look
Yep.
ourselves in the mirror,
Yep.
and it takes a pushing to that point. Like I was saying, you know, these bad things happen, man, and they really push you to a place where it's like, hey, God or you know what I mean? Where you're just looking in the mirror like,
right.
man, you got to, it pushes you there, man. So I'm so grateful that I was able to see my ways.
Oh yeah.
And see myself, man, because it's helped me see myself more in other areas, on my job, with my kids, with my wife.
Yep.
I'm aware now, a valuable lesson that is priceless, man, to be able to see yourself. And all that came through a package of something that was so tragic to me. Man. You know what I mean? I had to open the mail up with my father leaving, but inside of that, man, was gold, something I can't put a number on. Something that I know my father was trying to give me the whole time, man. And so I love that I got that lesson. I know that hurt. And y'all know what I'm saying. I'm not being crazy.
Nah. You good.
You know what I mean?
You good, man. You good. Because I totally understand.
Man, so
come with that.
So that it really just forces us, man, to know that we have to see ourselves, man. I say this a lot. Man, but so much reflects back to who we are.
Oh yeah.
You know, my attention was my dad got sick. Now I'm mad. Look at him. I'm mad. I'm turning away from loving people and maybe affiliating with church like I should and doing this and that because I got a grudge I was toting with me, man. That was just, it wasn't right, but it looked right. It smelled good. It was smiling, wore clothes good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But deep down, you know, that was a boy waiting to become that man when I could truly look at my own, see my own ways, see my own selfish ways, and help somebody else through grieving moments. And I've been able to do that. So I know that was a lot, bro, but that was just,
no. That was perfect.
That's a heavy one for me, man.
That was perfect, man. That's exactly what I wanted because I want people to understand, you know, truly going through something, you know, tragic and being able to come out on that other side with something that's positive, that's golden, like you said, that you didn't see at first while you're going through it, you know. And usually it's not gonna happen overnight, you know, and especially you're not gonna see that golden ticket overnight because you definitely not gonna see that, you know. You definitely not gonna see that, man. But yeah, man. So you know, man, I know, you know, put up 30 points, man. But you know, I still got to take the top off, man.
And take the top
Put
off,
the signal light on, man, and get off this interstate.
I can't see you, man.
And make this left, man, go around here to EI's corner.
Hey, man, thank y'all once again for stopping by, stopping at the corner, man. You know what I mean? Take your break off the highway of life sometime, man. I'm going to get into this real quick, man. You know, I always do what I do. I salute my boys, black and yellow, all day. I know y'all see. Hey, that's baseball and it's just red. So, you know what I mean?
Man.
I was trying to
say, man. Okay. I got you. My bad, I ain't know, man.
You know, but shout out to everybody out there, man, who know how I get down, and that's still a nation all day. Yes, but real quick, y'all, I say something crazy I saw on the news then, man.
What's that, man?
A lady, it ain't funny or in any kind of way, but man, a man was at home waiting on his wife to get home. Now, this is overseas somewhere.
Right.
Maybe like a third world type, you know, where it's like village type. But he waiting on wifey to come home, and she ain't come home, man. Okay, she ain't come home. I think it's like a day go by, maybe or so, day or two.
Right.
So he go on the hunt. He find the scarf. He find whatever she had with her, and then he's like, "All right, something up now," you know.
Right.
And the people in this village, man, found a python. This woman was inside. This python had eaten this woman, man.
Wow.
So I don't know if y'all remember old movie Anaconda, man. You know, Ice Cube and I think J-Lo was in it back in the day.
You aging yourself like a mug, boy.
Hey, man.
Let me see. Go ahead, go ahead, man, because I'm see what Anaconda came out, man. Give me 1 second. Go ahead with the story, man.
Hey, so They found this lady's whole body inside this python, man, which was always crazy to me because I always thought that movie was like, okay, yeah, ain't no snake like that, you know, which this snake probably wasn't like what it was showing in that movie Anaconda.
Yeah.
But man, if a whole body can get in there,
yeah,
bro, that's serious, man.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm telling y'all, stop playing around in nature. Y'all better be prepared. Always, if you in nature, be prepared for bears, whatever you got. But I think it's just crazy, man. This woman body inside, man, like, bro,
whole body.
So condolences to him because of course she didn't make it. You know what I mean? She wasn't just in there. It was a wrap. So you know, man, y'all be careful out there, man. Please.
Oh yeah.
Please be careful.
That movie came out in 97, man.
97?
97. Yeah.
Man, hey, I was almost out. That was what, sophomore high school, something like that.
Oh, who
like
sophomore? You sophomore in high school?
97? I think, was it 97? Sophomore or freshman? No, 97. No, I was 8th grade.
I'm about to say.
I'm tripping.
I'm about to say we graduated at the same time.
Yeah.
That's another sign. Yeah. That's another sign.
Shout out to the class of 2001 while he cracking the jokes, you know what I'm saying? Man. Shout out to 01, in particular, Lee Senior High School Trojan, you know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Oh yeah.
But just not to hold y'all too long, man. Hey, look, man. Season time for here is for sickness, man. Y'all sanitize good, man. Wash hands. Y'all be mindful, you know, don't be out just sneezing and coughing. If you wear your mask, that's you. I don't got an opinion on it.
Right.
Ain't no right way, wrong way, do you. But do whatever you feel make you safe, man. And on that note, man, I saw another video stand real quick where a woman said chopping up onions and putting it in your house helps keep sickness out. I guess because the onions absorb all infection and bacteria and all this stuff. And I've heard about, you know, putting the onion in your foot or the sock or something old people used to do. You ever heard of that one, man?
Yeah, I definitely heard of that one, man.
So I don't know, man. They say it purify the air. I don't know if it worked, man. You know, you might go to work smelling like a quarter pounder with extra onion. But extra you'll be healthy, man. So, hey, I ain't want to hold y'all too long. I know y'all ain't got a lot of gas. Let y'all get back on the freeway, but appreciate y'all stepping in real quick, man.
Oh, yeah.
To holler at your boy on the corner. Let's get back to staying.
Man. So, yeah, man, we finna wrap this thing up, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening to us, man. And like I said, man, y'all can catch us on our platforms. That's YouTube, Anchor, Instagram, Facebook. Search Real Men Podcast, Real Men Talk Podcast, Real Men Talk Podcast on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Anchor, iTunes, all those platforms, man. Y'all can find us. All right, man. So, hey, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.